World Heavyweight Champion can deny involvement in the brutal assault on Rhino all he wants. But I've got to tell you, for somebody who for the past several months has been talking about respect and the lack thereof, as we see a bloodied Rhino, the challenger waiting, Sting's not afraid to take advantage of this, and here we go. You can see Rhino right on him.
Well, just like the last match, the emotion is so high here. As far as Rhino's concerned, it's the main event Mafia, and Sting's a big part of that. And now he just wants to tear into him, but you got to wonder the questions, Mike. What does he have in the tank? How badly was he beaten, and how long can Rhino go?
I mean, he's going on fumes here, you know that. He's going on that issue of gaining revenge for being severely beaten earlier. His head bandaged, the blood flowing down his face, and he is right on Sting, and as Sting rolls out, here comes Rhino right back on him again.
I'll tell you something, you can see him always going to the lower back. He's always putting a hand to the lower back. Obviously that back in severe pain as well. As you can see again, it's just a natural motion. He's not even thinking about it. The back pain that Rhino's feeling, he was obviously just beat down. They never thought he could even make it. But that guy, that's what this title meant to him. He was going to make it come hell or high water, and here he is.
And one would presume that Rhino wants to get this over as quick as possible, considering the shape, considering the condition that he's in, and Sting able to sidestep him, and you saw Rhino leave his feet right there and ended up going shoulder first right into that guardrail, and then Sting right back on him, and then Sting sends him into the steel.
Man, you called it, Mike. He wants to hit one gore quick. He wants to hit one unbelievable forceful move that takes Sting out. He knows he doesn't have much. He can't go on. But right now, Sting turned it around and then just puts his head right into the guardrail.
Sting measures and drills him right between the eyes with the big right hand. Going to take him over here by the broadcast table. A broadcast table that's been covered in Jeff Jarrett's blood. Oh, man! The bloodied head of Rhino goes right into the championship belt, and the bandages went flying.
I'll tell you what, Sting in a situation here in Charlotte where he finds himself with a lot of fans, being in a place where, well, he almost considers it a hometown. And I mean, it's the crowd always going to be behind him here, so Rhino's got to contend with that as well. Here he is coming off of that unbelievable beat down at the hands of the main event Mafia. And then this, but that's not what Rhino's thinking about. He's just thinking about revenge.
Rhino going to position himself now in the middle row. Oh, wow. And Sting just forcibly shoves Rhino all the way from the top. Did you see the way that he made contact with that floor?
And you just know that the body of Rhino can't take much more. I mean, he's got to find a way to do this quickly the longer this goes. It's advantage Sting. As Rhino just sitting there he's hearing the count, trying to will himself to his feet. You wonder if he even has the power.
Rhino slowly makes his way, rolling underneath that bottom rope, and Sting right on him, drives that boot into the open cut, right into the open wound in the head.
Well, he's just busted it wide open again, and I mean, he tried to get it taped up. Rhino was trying to do anything he could do to patch himself up to make it out here, but now Sting, it's about keeping that world title belt. And when Sting put his forehead right into the title belt here in front of us, it opened it up again, and Sting in total control of this matchup. You can just see the pain in Rhino's face.
Sting with the bear hug, trying to just take all that energy right out of the War Machine Rhino. Severely beaten prior to the match by the main event Mafia, and now Sting trying to get him to that point to weaken him where he can put him away.
Just pulling in tight, just taking the air out. Earl Hebner tapping, trying to get this thing to move along, but Sting knows what he's doing, and he puts that elbow right into the gut. Oh, and he's back into the bear hug again.
Think of the pressure here that Rhino is feeling when it comes to his back. The bear hug applied here by Sting. We've heard word that Rhino had his back injured, Don. The trainer sent word out. They didn't want him to come out for this match. We know he had a back injury, among other things, suffered today in the beating by the main event Mafia, but he insisted because this was his opportunity to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion, that he was going to step up to the plate regardless.
Well, who was going to stop him? I mean, you saw the look in the War Machine's face. Who was going to stop him? Nobody. I mean, after what the main event Mafia did, he wanted to find some way to come back here and stick it to him. And there was no way anybody was going to stand in his way. But right now, Sting taking advantage of the injured Rhino, just doing what he wants. Just that bear hug, pulling tight, and just taking it out, taking the steam out of Rhino, and you can see it.
Well, you sure can. As Sting adds the pressure to the bear hug. Each time he cranks it just a little bit more, you see that Rhino just screams out in pain.
You just wonder what's going through Rhino's mind. He's trying to find an opening of any sort, any way, shape, or form to break the grip. But you can see Sting just not letting go, and the arm drops from the War Machine. It's just, he just doesn't have the strength. It drops again. I mean, it was a heroic, valiant effort.
Look out.
But you can't, oh, look at him now.
Boy, on the verge of the 3 is referee Hebner, raising the arms of Rhino to see, but before that arm dropped down for the 3rd time, Rhino was able to stop it, and now going to try and break the bear hug. Shots to the back. Sting shoots him off into the ropes, and Rhino got a little momentum on his side here.
Well, he just used the ropes there to bring that big shoulder right into Sting. But again, he just always goes to the small of his back. It's just, the pain is obviously so sharp shooting down there. He can't stop it. But here he goes as he brings his shoulder block again into Sting.
Boy, and almost when he made contact with that shoulder block in the corner. With every offensive move as Rhino covers, and 2 count. With every offensive move from Rhino, you can just sense how much pain he's in.
I mean, I'm no doctor and wouldn't want to pretend to be, but you think about slipped discs and damaged discs and who knows what's happened to the back. And anybody that's had back, oh, Gore, is this it? Sting realizes it, he rolls himself out. You got to give him credit. He couldn't allow Rhino to get on top of him at that point.
That was one of those Gores, Don, that was almost like half Gore, half shoulder block, because he didn't have that opportunity to go all the way into the corner, wait for Sting, get him in his sights, and then come charging at him with full speed. And also, with this back injury, the way he's favoring his back, one would presume that the effectiveness of the Gore would be weakened.
And you got to consider if he could even get down to the crouch that he normally does when he goes into the Gore. I mean, to do that, he's putting the back in severe pain. So I think in his mind, like you said, it was a half of one, but it was all that he had with him at the time. But now he's up high.
Look at this, all or nothing from the top. You rarely see him go that high risk, and it was not good for Rhino because Sting was able to roll out of the way.
And now Sting going to put him in the Scorpion here, and he turns him over.
And again, keep in mind with the Scorpion applied, where this affects Rhino the most on, it's that already injured back.
Oh, and you can see as he's got it cinched in, and Rhino now, he's just got to fight through the pain. He's trying to push himself up. Is there any way? And you can see he grabs a hold of the rope. And look at this, Sting pulls him right back out into the middle.
Desperation move by Rhino to just crawl across. Doesn't pay off because Sting torques back and pulls him in that Scorpion right back out to the middle again. And Rhino, boy, you can see right there that close-up look on the hand of Rhino to see if he was going to tap out or not.
Referee Earl Hebner right there looking at it just point blank to see what Rhino does. I mean, he's talking to him, and then Rhino able to break and grab a hold of the rope.
That time full contact made with the rope, and the mind of Earl Hebner, not just barely grazing or touching it, forces Sting to break, and Sting goes right back to the Scorpion again, but he's kicked off with the free leg.
Well, Rhino just had to. It was desperation to get the boots up, but you can see Rhino can barely move. He can barely move, but he does now. He's going to go for that belly to belly, and he hits it.
Caught him with it, dropped him with the belly to belly, and Rhino back up to his feet. Rhino heads to the corner, drops down. This could be the Gore that he's looking for.
And he can't, as he just doesn't have enough speed. Doesn't have enough, and there's a Scorpion death drop. As Sting hits it, Sting's got it, Sting retains.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is still TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Icon Sting!
Can't feel that great about that victory. He knows the condition that Rhino was in.
The crowd reaction here in Charlotte, North Carolina, it pertains to the years and years that Sting has competed in this city. But I'm going to tell you this, you can deny